Hi there, Year 7. Welcome to your next geography lesson. If you could start this lesson today by having a look at the map on the screen. It might take a few minutes to get your head around exactly what it's showing, but I hope you recognise an outline of Africa, or certainly sub-Saharan Africa. You'll notice North Africa is not included on this map. Togo and Kenya are two particular countries that have been focused on and are on the left there. I'd just like you to have a look and try and predict what you think this map is showing. You'll notice coloured lines, I hope. What do you think they show? Have a little think, jot down an answer. Should take 1 or 2 minutes. You can pause the video now. So the lines show migration or movement of people within each country in Africa. The colour key is at the bottom right. So the red shows the highest number of people moving from one settlement to another, and the lighter yellows all the way through to blues show the least number of people moving. So you can certainly see within some countries kind of hot spots and areas where people are all moving towards. Let's have a look at the next slide. So Kenya. On the right there's a map of Kenya, and on the left you've got that map you've just looked at. Just take 30 seconds, have a little look. What do you notice now that you've got that second map? Pause the video now. So what you'll probably notice is that most migration is to Nairobi, the capital city. Probably not surprising. That's where most people live already. That's where most of the jobs are. That's where most people are going to be interested in moving to. So this lesson is all about explaining this movement. Why are people moving in Africa? Could you please copy that title and read through the 3 objectives? Pause the video now. Fantastic. A series of key terms. I'd just like you to read them and copy them down one by one. So as soon as they come up, you can pause the video, jot it down, move on to the next one. It's worth mentioning, by the way, the images on the top left, that is from Kenya, whereas the image in the bottom right, hopefully you'll recognize this one, certainly I hope, as the shards, these are in the UK, just to give you a sense of what we mean when we say these words in the UK, and also just some differences between the two places. Okay, so a question to think about. Pause the video here and just have a little thought. So rural to urban migration means the movement of people from the countryside, from the rural areas, to the city, to the urban areas. Pause here and jot that down for me, please. All right, fantastic. Well, I mentioned that this lesson was going to be about the reasons why people migrate. So here we are. We can categorize these reasons into push and pull factors. Factors being things that cause people to move. A push factor means a bad thing about a place which makes people leave. And a pull factor means a good thing about a place which makes people go there. You're pushing away and being pulled towards. Could you jot those 2 things down? Pause the video now. All right, fantastic. I've got a link to a YouTube video here. Could you watch it? And hopefully it will help you to understand a little bit about how these key terms all link together. As it says, remember that today we are learning about people migrating within their country. So the video does also talk about people moving from one country to another. There are still push and pull factors for that, and many of them are the same. However, today we are specifically looking at what we call national migration, moving within a country. So for example, if I decided to move from where I live here in Hampshire, and I decided I wanted to live in Woking because it's closer to my work, or I decided I want to live in London because it's the capital city, or if I decided I wanted to live somewhere, let's say the South Cambridgeshire countryside, because it's regarded as some of the nicest countryside in the country. You're going to be categorizing information as either push or pull factors next. So pause the video now and watch that video linked on the screen. Okay, I've put this slide in just that if you need to, you can see the whole video here and just pause it. This is here if you need it. Okay, so I'd like you to draw this table for the task on the next page. Grab out your pencil and ruler to draw the lines and categorize, label each side as push or pull factors. Pause the video now. Fantastic. So A to N are different factors, all of them either push or pull factors, your task is to write them onto the correct side of the table. If you've done that fairly quickly, there's a challenge task there for you as well. You could maybe use symbols or letters or colors, depending how you want to do it. Pause the video now. This should take maybe 10 minutes. Okay, here are your answers. Just double check through them all. Pause here, make any corrections you need to. Okay, that's really it for the new learning for today. Now it's a chance just to put this together and think about why those push and pull factors will cause people to migrate. We're going to go beyond just what we've written there. So here's an example. Shortage of food. There's a push factor, but we can do a little bit more, can't we? We can write more than that. It's a pull factor because people will not eat enough calories to stay healthy, meaning that they will find it difficult to work or learn at school. They're also more likely to become sick. You can see there, as I've given a couple of different reasons why shortage of food is a problem. Why would it mean that someone might decide, hey, do you know what? There's so little food here, I need to leave. Now, you'll also notice I've not gone completely and utterly over the top. I've not just said, oh, shortage of food means people are going to die immediately. Well, they're probably not. Shortage doesn't mean there's no food, it just means there's not enough. So try to avoid being too extreme and try and think of more slight changes, slight reasons why. So here, being unhealthy, meaning you're finding it difficult to concentrate, becoming sick, and that kind of thing. So there's an example for you. I'd now like you to go back to your list, pick 2 push and 2 pull factors, and write a short paragraph for each. Pause the video now. Okay, fantastic. Good job with that. This is exactly the kind of task that you can by all means email to your teacher. This is the kind of independent task where you get to show off a little bit more than just copying notes and categorizing things. So by all means, you want to ping this as an email to your teacher. If they think it's good, you may find some achievement points coming your way.